Danielle, my first question would be, what do you think lobbying is? Is that positive or negative activity?
Well, the word actually doesn't define positive or negative, so there's really both. There are some very good people who are going to members of parliament or people at the ministry who have subject matter expertise that they want to help explain what they know from their work. And then there are people who are also coming who have a financial interest or are representing people who are from an industry that would benefit from the government helping that company or industry. And so you have both all mixed together.
Yeah, I think that we need to explain to people that there is also a positive side of lobbying, because sometimes they see just corruption under the lobbying.
Well, certainly, for example, I run an organization in Washington that works for good government and is an anti-corruption organization. But I do lobbying all the time. I'm going up to our Congress to say we need to pass these laws, and this is why, to help fix government.
Yeah, that's very good to hear that. And I just also wonder, we had a long discussion right now, and we've talked about financing political parties. What do you think can be done to make the party financing more transparent?
I think one of the most important things is for people to understand who is giving money to the parties and to the politicians, and who is paying, for example, for billboards. So you have a better understanding of who has a vested interest in that politician. And I think the transparency, so people can see that, will go a long way towards helping the citizens have more trust in their government.
Mm-hmm. We've also talked about discounts in campaigns. You know, sometimes you pay for billboards and you have discount because you have very large amount of billboards used in the campaign. So what do you think? What we can do about that? You actually mentioned that in the US there is a special system where you have to say what discount you got. How does it work in the US?
That discount actually counts as a contribution as well, just as much as what you did pay, because there is identified what the fair market value of that billboard is, for example. Say it was $100. Even if you only paid $20 and the owner of the land gave you that extra $80, you'd have to report all of it, all 100, the 80 as well, and it's called an in-kind contribution.
Mm-hmm. That's also, I think, something which we can be inspired here in the Czech Republic. And then we've also mentioned topic of revolving doors. What do you think is the most positive aspect of this measure, revolving doors?
Well, I think there are, this is a place where the United States is nowhere near where it needs to be. We think one of the most important things has been that we do have, that if you have a lot of influence over how money is being spent on a contract, there is a length of time that has to pass before you leave the government, before you can go work for that company that was benefiting from that contract. So having that space of time, it's called a cooling off period. We think that's a very important step. But again, one of the most important things is that transparency, reporting that you're leaving the government and where you're going. That's something that needs to be disclosed.
And maybe my final question would be, what do you think is the most positive aspect of the Lobbying Act? Why should we have Lobbying Act?
I think what's very important is for people in the Czech Republic to understand that citizens who are involved because they care about issues need to be able to communicate with the people that they've elected. And that is a part of lobbying, is the people who are going to MPs and people in the ministry because they care about whatever the issues that the government is dealing with. So it's important to have transparency so people can see who those people are, who's paying those people to do that work, and you have a better understanding of who it is that's communicating with the government, both the good guys and the bad guys.
Thank you very much, Danielle. It was really very nice to talk to you. You gave me a lot of inspiration. Thank you.
Well, it's been really inspiring meeting you. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. It was